Welcome back. Welcome back. Another day, another preview. This is the last day of previews. So if you want to check out previews for any other NBA game on the slate on either that 24th, 25th, and the video coming out after this one is the Sixers Bucks on the 26th. So those are all of the previews in the NBA. Go check them out. If you're just going to watch a game, if you're going to bet a game, we got it all on that. But specifically in Mavs Spurs, we get to see Wemby for the first time in officially a regular season game. He's looked great in preseason. Honestly, unbelievable. He is going to be social media king this season. I think he might even outduel LeBron on clips. I think that's it's like that. I think it's going to be like rookie year LaMelo Ball level of clips, like that kind of hype.
I feel like even more because
Yeah.
he's from overseas, you know what I'm saying? So I think
I think Wemby. I mean, he's just a freak, and he's been unbelievable. But we're gonna go from stats from last year, key matchups to look out for each team to win the game, and our official game picks, just winner and spread. So let's start with stats from last year. Slim, give me some stats about the Mavs.
sorry as hell. Only won 38 games, lost 44. Their offensive rating was 6, though, not too bad, 115.9. Their defensive rating was 116.1, 25th, not good. Their net rating, negative 0.2, that's 20th in the league, not hitting.
Yeah, I mean, they were a top 4 seed before the Kyrie trade, and it all just went downhill from there. I think there's obviously, when you have two guys that are as ball dominant as Kyrie and Luka, you have to work some things out. And I think now having a full offseason, not just kind of getting thrown in mid-season with like 25 games to play, you get to really see a different kind of Mavs team this year. I'm not giving up on the Mavs. I know a lot of people have, but I just think that the Mavs have the opportunity to be like kind of similar to the Kings last year, where they have this really, really high and prolific offense and just not the best defense in the world. And I think that'll carry them to a lot of wins just because, I mean, Luka's a top 5 player in this league. I love Kyrie. He's the reason I am a Cavs fan. So I just think that for this game specifically, I think that the Mavs have kind of a weird matchup advantage in certain areas and some not. But hey, that's what the key matchups are for.
But. Whoa, slow down, gang. If you're liking this content here, I really appreciate it if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. It's free. It takes 0 seconds. I make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all the creators I like watching because I know it makes a huge difference for them, just like it makes for us. Stick with us. TOT Faithful, we love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out more videos.
Let's go into the Spurs, the ugliest stats we've ever done for all of the previews. 29th in offensive rating at 109.7. 30th in defensive rating at 119.6 and negative 9.9 net rating. This is on a scale of 0 to 10, I believe.
Look, in an overall draft pick, in a first round overall draft pick.
Yeah, and they went 22 and 60. Not good. I think these stats are going to change. I don't know how much better they're going to get, but I do believe they will get better because of Wemby. I just automatically, I think mainly defense is going to go up. Just having Wemby out there is like, he basically takes a whole quarter of the court away, no matter what, like wherever he is. So I think that's definitely interesting. But hey, Spurs were not a great team last year, but hey, I would rather be terrible and get Wemby for the year. I just would. So that's where I'm at. But let's move into key matchups. Obviously, this is a battle of Texas. Obviously, Houston's the other team, but battle of Texas, if you want to classify it as that. Games in San Antonio. My matchup that I'm specifically going to look out for is Luka and Kyrie trying to draw fouls on Wemby. I think if you can attack downhill and not just try and live or die by the 3, and you can get Wemby in some foul trouble early because he doesn't really know. Luka and Kyrie are two of the best manipulators in the NBA, getting guys to where they want them to go and just outsmarting you when they play. And I think as a rookie, a guy that's never played in the NBA officially yet, that's a matchup that you can try and exploit. And if you can get Wemby off the floor, we're going to see this team from last year that, just looking at those stats, was pretty horrific. So I think if you can get him off the floor for as much time as possible naturally, that's kind of something you should watch out for if you're a Mavs or Spurs fan.
You gotta really make that shake though, just because he has the experience of not just playing at his age and playing at a high level at his age, but he's played with grown men
True.
that and it's harder to play on FIBA levels and different levels other than NBA standard. So I think that he, like Luca, has expressed how easy it is for him to score in the NBA. I think that Victor is going to be able to have one of those nights as well. So uh, the matchup I'm looking forward to the most is Luca versus Wemby in regards to just pure score. But I'm also looking forward to seeing how well Derek Lively performs as him being their rookie as well. So the battle of the rookies, battle of Texas, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no, I think the Spurs are playing bigger than most teams in the NBA. They're starting Jeremy Sochan at the point this year. I don't know if he's actually going to be the ball handler all the time,
He's tough.
but
Yeah.
he's starting at the point. So I'm curious to see that. And then you're obviously starting Wemby, who's 7'4" and the longest human ever. And then you have Zach Collins at the 5. So I think for the Mavs, they don't start a lot of big guys. Luka's bigger, but he doesn't play big, so to speak. Kyrie's small. Josh Green's not tall. He's strong. And then Grant Williams, same kind of deal. Not super tall, but very strong. And Derek Lively's tall and lanky. But can the Spurs use their size effectively enough to get points on the interior? Because to beat the Mavs, you have to score on the interior because they're weak inside. That's just what they are. Their bench big is Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell, not shot blockers, so to speak. Dwight Powell's a good rebounder, but they're not shot blockers. So you can attack them all day, every day. They don't have plus defenders on the outside. Like being able to drive, score in the paint is what I'm looking forward to for the Spurs doing the most. And just honestly working Wemby in the post. I know Wemby likes to play sometimes more on the perimeter, but if he can go and he can shoot over guys. I think Derek Lively is going to be primarily on him. But that's kind of where you need to attack this Mavs team. They're not a good defensive team. Clearly, they were 25th last year, and it's probably a little bit better before the Kyrie trade, and it just dropped. So you have to attack inside, and I think the size is going to be one of the bigger things to look out for.
100%. And for me, man, I'm not really a Dallas fan, but I do appreciate where they could be headed. But I think, as referring to what you said, like how just as soon as the Kyrie trade happened, it just kind of went downhill. I think if you were gonna get rid of Spencer Dinwiddie and Doe anyway, you should have gave Jalen Brunson that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted to be able to, take off. And I know adding Kyrie is what you get for that, but I'm not sure if him next to Luca is gonna suffice with all of the heat that is in the West. You feel me? Like I feel like they're not better than Memphis. They're not better than New Orleans. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than Denver. They're not better than the Lakers. They're not better than the Clippers. They're not better than Sacramento. You feel me? Like I feel like Dallas is far off in regards to lacking depth that even against the San Antonio Spurs, which you could say doesn't have any depth, I think has more depth within its starters and their abilities, to be able to play. I've been watching Jeremy Sohan these past couple of preseason games, bringing the ball up the court, even though that he is a forward and technically a 3, he could be listed at the 4, but I see how well he brings the ball up the court, having one of the upcoming 2 guards in the league that's really showing you, hey, I get buckets is Devin Vassell. Shout out to the North Side, you know what I'm saying? But Devin Vassell, and then having Wemby, which is just a cheat code. I feel like you said, he gravitates all the bodies on the floor towards him because he's in control of the ball and because he's able to. You saw the pass, the Dr. J pass through the corner, out of bounds, up under the goal.
It's ridiculous.
But, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that the combination of Luka and Kyrie is enough. I'll say look out for the rising young cats. So I'll say all of San Antonio, just their starters. Like look out for Jeremy Sohan. This is his sophomore year. Look out for Devin Vassell. Look out for Wemby, of course. Keldon Johnson is going to be on the rise just because they're going to have a lot more notoriety this season. They're going to actually put the work in to try to actually win each game by game. But y'all know I'm an underdog cat, so y'all pay attention to Jaden Hardy over there in Dallas, bro. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good segue. You kind of detailed it, but let's go into game picks. The Spurs are at home, and they are 4-point underdogs. So you get 4 points. Who do you like?
I think they win. I think San Antonio wins it.
All right. I'm gonna go the opposite side. I'm gonna go Dallas. I just have more we just did a Trailblazers video. I just have more faith in Luka and Kyrie being able to consistently score than the Spurs. I just don't think the Spurs, quite honestly, have the roster to compete with Dallas. I think having a guy like Luka and Kyrie who can just are automatically running the show at all times on the floor is something that you can't really game plan for because they're both so smart and will manipulate you so easily. And especially against a younger team like San Antonio, I think that I got to give the edge to the Mavs in this game. But hey, I think it's going to be a really, really good game. If you're just a fan of hoops, you got to watch it for sure.
Great game.
But yeah, I mean, those are our picks. There's our preview. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of something on either of these teams, comment down below. We're down to do whatever. Give us suggestions, and hey, we'll put a video out. But like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.